My name is Joey, I'm 17 years old, and I'm cooking dinner for my family because my mom is no longer able to. Tonight, I'm making a mini Thanksgiving. The first thing I'm going to do is remove my turkey from the packaging and remove the contents from my turkey. I'm making sure to thoroughly rinse and dry my turkey before seasoning. To season, I'm adding olive oil, salt, marjoram, thyme, and rosemary on the outside of my turkey and then rubbing it in with my hands. Then I'm separating the skin from the breast before stuffing each with a stick of butter. In a roasting pan, I'm going to place down some celery to keep my turkey off of any of the metal. Preparing my stuffing, I'm going to follow the directions on the box, although I am going to add 1 egg per box. I added more seasoning on the outside of my turkey because it was looking bare. And then I stuff both the bottom and the top of my turkey. And I'm using toothpicks to secure the loose neck skin. I secured the legs together with cooking twine and I folded the wings back to more lift up the turkey. I placed a hood of tinfoil over top, leaving vent holes on either side. I'm cooking my turkey at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes per pound, and I'm removing the tinfoil in the last hour of cooking. This is to help further brown the skin. Then I'm going to make sure my turkey is at least 165 degrees in the thickest part and let it rest. For hard-boiled eggs, I follow the 6-6-6 rule. High pressure for 6 minutes, natural release for 6 minutes, and then an ice bath for 6 more minutes. I've found that rolling my eggs on a hard surface is the best way to loosen the shell, and then I rinse off any extra under the sink before cutting my eggs in half lengthwise and removing the yolks. I'm using a fork to mash my yolks, and then I'm going to combine mayonnaise, mustard, relish, salt, onion powder, and garlic powder. You can probably just spoon the yolk mix into the white, but I prefer to pipe it with a little sandwich bag. My corn is simple, just heating it up with some water and butter. I'm going to peel my gold potatoes and then cut them up into similar sized pieces for my mashed potatoes. I'm adding cold water and salt, and then I'm going to boil them until they're fork tender. I'm mashing my potatoes to make sure there's no large chunks left because nobody here likes chunky potatoes. Then I'm going to add heavy cream, butter, and sour cream. And I'm seasoning with salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and parsley. For my green beans, I'm going to cut off both ends and cut the larger pieces into halves. I'm adding all of my green beans into a large pot with cold water and salt, and then I'm going to boil them for about 10 to 20 minutes and move them over to an ice bath to stop the cooking process. Once they're cooled, I'm going to saute them with butter and garlic and season them with Lawry's seasoned salt. My mom requested Parker rolls, so that's what I'm making here, just wrapping them with tinfoil and putting them in the oven for a couple minutes. For my gravy, I just used Heinz turkey gravy, and it bubbled like that because my pot was already hot. I'm adding turkey drippings to my gravy to loosen it up and add flavor. Now that my turkey has had time to rest, I'm going to cut off the twine, pull off the legs, and attempt to carve it. You can see all of the juices running, which is an amazing sign. I was actually very happy to see all of that. And finally, after butchering my turkey, dinner was ready.